Have you ever been in a race and the pressure's sky high and suddenly your leg is shaking so much you can barely attack the brakes or the throttle? It's not just you. It's a real physiological reaction, and today I'm going to explain why it happens, how it can ruin your race, and the exact steps to make it stop for good. My name's Jackzer and I'm a passionate sim racer, and I'm also studying psychotherapy, and in this Simracing Psychology series, this is where I mash both those passions together, help us get faster, have a bit of fun doing it, and just, get a little bit deeper into our hobby. And likewise, guys, if you enjoyed this series and you want to see more in the future, don't forget to subscribe. That way you won't miss the next episode when it's out. So why does it happen? So what you're experiencing is called somatic anxiety, the physical side of performance anxiety. When the pressure's on, your sympathetic nervous system kicks into fight or flight mode. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing gets shallow, and the adrenaline floods your muscles. The problem, though, in sim racing, your body thinks you're in a fight, but you're stuck in a chair. In real motorsport, that adrenaline gets burned through your core, your arms, your neck, fighting G-forces, fighting whatever it is you're doing, you can exert all that extra energy. In sim racing, all that energy has nowhere to go, so it leaks out as muscle tremors, usually in the leg that's holding the brake or the throttle under tension. So why is it a problem? So those tremors can cause micro variations in pedal pressure, or even just straight up blowing past the actual point you need to hit with the pedals, moving your braking point by a meter or two each lap, and throttle gets jittery. You can't really get clean exits when you're like this. Something is going to go wrong. And once you notice the shaking, your attention shifts to it, pulling away focus from the track and making it even worse. But before we jump into talking about how to maybe get past this, why is it actually a good sign? Don't think of leg shaking as a bad thing. It's your body's way of saying, this matters. That adrenaline spike means you're fully invested in the outcome and you're taking the race seriously. And in sports psychology, that's called activation. It's the fuel that lets you perform at your peak. The goal isn't to eliminate it completely, it's to channel it so it helps you rather than slows you down. And I'll be honest, I suffered with this for about 6 months when I first got onto iRacing, and even though I've mostly gotten rid of it now, I've found it can still come back when you're pushing into new territory. Just recently I was racing for a P5 in a really competitive split, and on the last lap I noticed it happening again, and honestly it was a thrill. I mean, I was right at my limit, chasing something I really wanted, and that feeling is worth enjoying. And it was amazing. I finished the race and my hands were shaking a little bit. I was under pressure. I was extracting maximum performance. It is fun. So don't get beat up too much about it if you are suffering from this. So one way to get rid of it is through exposure. Why it usually goes away with experience. So here's the good news. For a lot of sim racers, this completely disappears after enough race exposure. Your brain learns about that sensation, the adrenaline, the pressure, that they aren't a threat, and it's called habituation. The more you get into high pressure situations, the more your nervous system recalibrates. What used to be a fight or flight trigger becomes your ready to perform state. That's why rookies often struggle with this leg shaking stuff, while experienced racers can jump straight into top split without it happening at all. One way I look at it is like, whatever's going to happen in the race is going to happen. I know the job I need to do, don't know the points I need to hit. Whatever happens, happens, so there's no real need for me to go into fight or flight. If it happens, it happens. But how to fix it now? So, one thing we can do is, we were talking about, we have that energy. Remember, like you've so much energy in this fight or flight mode, but you've nowhere to put it. Quite the opposite, you're trying to keep your legs still. So step one, release and reset the leg. If you feel the leg start shaking, find a straight where you're not braking and momentarily lift the foot off the pedal to let the muscle fully relax. Even a half-second release can dump some of that built-up tension. If you're on a long straight, you can even flex the leg out and let it drop back into its natural position whilst maintaining focus. This gives the adrenaline a quick physical outlet without compromising your lap. Step two, always reset your breathing. Adrenaline makes your breathing shallow, which increases muscle tension. So switch to a 4-2-6 rhythm. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, exhale for 6. This drops your heart rate and relaxes your muscles almost instantly. Step 3, shift your focus. Stop monitoring the shaking. Instead, lock your attention on the next braking marker or apex. Your brain can't fully focus on 2 things at once, so this pulls processing power away from the tremors. And step 4, train under pressure. If you want it gone for good, you need controlled exposure. Do practice races where you intentionally put yourself in high pressure situations, qualifying near the front, defending hard, racing faster people, You're training your body to see this pressure as normal, so the nervous system stops overreacting. I'll tell you one fun fact that I did when I first started sim racing. When I was in the lead, in rookies, trying to make sure I got that win, I would tell myself on the last lap, don't worry, Jack, 3 more laps to go. Because being on the last lap can really bring up a lot of emotions and a lot of tension, and there's like pressure. It's like the kettle is about to just click, you know, it's just about to pop. So I told myself, okay, 3 more laps. And that actually made my body calm down. So when I was on the last corner, I wasn't on the last corner of the race. I was on the last corner of another lap, and I still have 3 more to go. And the second I cross the line, that's when I can, you know, let myself feel all the pressure and stuff. But by then it doesn't matter. You've crossed the line. So you can use any little sort of tactic to help get yourself by it, but exposure ultimately gets rid of this. So why does this work? These steps that I mentioned previously attack the problem from both ends. They physically burn off the adrenaline, they mentally redirect your focus, and over time, exposure training rewires the response so the shaking doesn't even start. So remember, your body isn't broken, it's just over-preparing for a fight that isn't going to happen. Learn to control that response. You'll stay smooth under pressure, no matter the stakes. And if this helped you guys, subscribe now so you don't miss the next Simracing Psychology video, because mastering your mind is how you mastered the track.